people are like, sis, can you please do a meal prep video? Hi, my beautiful people, them. My name is Shadz, but my friends and family call me Shadz. So this is Thru Shadz Eyes. Y'all, I'm up in here in this kitchen because, listen, I'm always meal prepping on my Instagram, and I always put pictures of my dishes already prepared and everything. And people are like, sis, can you please do a meal prep video? But let me tell you something. I'm Jamaican, right? And the reason why I was so hesitant to do the meal prep videos because I don't use recipes. My ancestors guide me. I do a lot of measure with my eyes, you know. And I know a lot of people within the health and fitness and whatever community has their different ways of doing it. Some people use scale, some people use all of that. I don't use scale. But I am aware of portion size and portion control according to my goals. So I do a mixture of eyeballing and a mixture of measurements. So let me tell you something. If you're looking for a detailed recipe in making meals, this is not that kind of video. This is just what's my thought process when I'm meal prepping. How do I make sure that I get all my food groups in? How do I lay stuff out? And then how I put my plates together and how I decide how much food I need. And you know, it's gonna be whatever it is at this point. So stay tuned. I think I'm gonna do a lot of the stuff off camera. I'm gonna clean my chicken. Please make sure you clean your chicken. I clean my chicken with lime water and vinegar. I'm gonna do all those nitty gritty off the camera, and then I'm gonna come back and show you how I put together my meal so it's a balanced diet basically. For me, y'all, one of the major thing with meal prepping is simplicity. Meal prepping and just living a healthy lifestyle overall is you want to create a kind of routine even with your eating, one that's easy for you to maintain. Like, you don't need to get super duper fancy, you don't need to make it overly complicated, you don't need to go all over the world to create some recipes for yourself. As long as you have the main things in your meals, you're good to go. So for me, I always think about first, what protein am I going to eat that week, right? Because every meal needs a protein source, whether it's meat or some other protein source, all right? So, for example, this week, I chose chicken drumsticks. I love chicken, and I love chicken drums. So, today I'm doing chicken drumsticks. Right, so that's my protein source for this week. And as I said before, the ancestors guide me when I'm seasoning. So right now, I chopped up fresh onions. I don't measure the dry seasonings. I really don't. I just, you look at it, you look at it. Is it good? All right, you go again. So that was onion powder, garlic powder. Now I'm going to use some onion powder. So that's what it comes on to dry seasonings. You pretty, in my opinion, dry seasonings don't have much to it. So I don't think you need to stress dry seasonings that much, in my opinion, unless it's those with sodium. And I don't cook with a lot of sodium. And so oregano. And I just go and I go and I go. My ancestors said, Shadz, keep on going. Keep on going, girl. Keep on going. Boom. I love spicy food, so every time I season, I always have some kind of cayenne or paprika, but I like cayenne more. Keep on going, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. My ancestor says stop, and this is how it looks, and then I mix it around. So my first step is I always prep my protein first. I always prepare that first because it takes more to it to prepare. And as my protein, I put almost everything in the oven. As my protein is in the oven, then I usually prepare my carb next. And for this one, I'm gonna be doing brown rice. So one of my little secrets that my mom used to do a lot when I was living at home in Jamaica with her is the shake and bake glaze, right? They have different flavors. And for me, it's a hack when you want something that almost has the illusion like you fried it, because it creates a crust. And I don't want to do it from scratch. I could, but I don't want to. So I love shake and bake. So after I season my chicken with dry seasoning and all the fresh seasoning, I like to coat it with shake and bake. This is just one thing that I love. Because honestly, when you're eating healthy and you're meal prepping, it's about what your palate likes. Like, what do you like to taste? Make whatever you like to taste. I promise you, there's a healthy alternative to it. And for me, I love crust and I love barbecue. So since it's gonna go in the oven, I need to finesse it and see what's gonna give me that crust barbecue taste. And it's super simple. My meal prep usually takes me 30 minutes, if I have to be completely honest. It's gonna take longer while I'm talking, but it usually takes me 30 minutes. So this is basically what it looks like. I put my drums in it and then I shake it up. And I do that to all the protein. So when the protein is done, I'm gonna show you what it looks like before it goes into the oven. All right, y'all. So I had my oven preheating, by the way. I preheated to like 450. I don't know. This is what it looks like. Keep your meal prep simple. So my protein, check. All right. I put my protein in the oven. And the box says this should be for like 45 minutes. So I'm gonna use my watch. And then I'm gonna set it for 45 minutes. Y'all, let me tell you something. I do not feel like meal prepping right now. Honestly, it's the last thing I want to do right now. And that's another thing. You won't always feeling like meal prepping, because sometimes meal prepping may take a little bit longer than just doing one meal. But it pays off. It really does pay off in the end. It does save a lot of time in the end, in the back end. Saves a lot of money in the back end. And it keeps you aligned with your goals, your health goals. So I always clean in between cooking too, because a major thing for meal prepping is you don't want to be in the kitchen all day meal prepping. You don't want to be done meal prepping and then you see like hella dirty dishes. So for me, I wash up in between. So as soon as I'm done washing this, I'm gonna start doing my rice. I'm gonna put my rice on the stove. That one cooks the fastest, so I do it last so that they're all kind of done around the same time. And if they're not done around the same time, I don't stress it that much. I don't think it's that much of a big deal. So the rice is next. That's my carb. So I always have a protein, a carb, and a veggie. So yeah, carb coming up next. I don't use a rice cooker. And to me, making rice in itself is a science experiment. Growing up, my dad taught me a hack though. And that's what I use for since I started cooking rice myself. I have a hack. I always fill up the water, not too much water, right? And then I heat it till it's boiling. So I heat the water until it's boiling, and then when it's boiling, then I put my rice. And my dad used to tell me, when you put your rice, it should be mostly covered by the water, but you should see a little mountain of rice. And that's how you know you have the right rice to water proportion. This is what I tell you. I don't use ingredients. I don't use the cup of water measurement on the back. My ancestors, in this case my dad, guided me in that way. I use my eyeball. My eyeball is my measuring spoon. But that's for the proportion. So I know how much rice I need though based on the serving size, because my biggest thing was I usually make way too much rice. I will make rice for 10 days, 15 days on accident. So this says a serving of rice is 1/4 cup. Because I'm on my bulk journey, I'm gonna make my serving a 1/2 cup. All right. So I know I need to cook for Monday through Friday because I cook for the 5 days of the week, so it's easy for lunch and dinner. So I know I need to make Monday through Friday, so I need to put 5 halves in the pot. So that's how I decide how much carb I need to put. It's really gratifying for me to see my bowls laid out. So as I wait for like my rice or something to boil up, I like to lay out my meal prep dishes. So I got these glass ones because it just makes meal prepping so fun and fancy. So I got these glass one because it's bougie from Wally World, Walmart, you know. So look, water over there so boil up. Yep. When you see the little smoke come out, that means a time to add your rice. But literally don't let the fire alarm go off. Alright, so I have my measuring cup. I'm gonna turn it down. I got my spoon. It's boiling. And I'm doing 5 1/2 cup servings. The serving is 1/4 cup, but I'm gonna do half because bulk cut gains. Sis. Alright, so 5 of these. We got our 5 cups. I mix it around. Then I kind of pick it up off of the stove and then I'll look at it to see if the water to rice ratio looks good. Listen, my ancestor is guiding me right now. And my ancestor says this looks good. I put it down to low and then you just make it simmer down. I didn't even tell you this part. This is jasmine brown rice. Jasmine brown rice. Whenever I can, I find the healthiest options for everything I love to eat. Me love rice, I'm gonna eat rice. Nobody not gonna stop me from eating my rice. But I do my research, and brown has a lot more whole grains, you know. So I like to choose brown. There's nothing wrong with white rice in moderation, but I'm usually wary of white rice, white bread and everything because sometimes they bleach it to get those colors. So brown rice, it tastes just as good as the regular jasmine white rice. So I always choose brown rice whenever I can, and I eat brown bread and all of that too. Don't tell anybody, but I have another deep dark secret. Are y'all ready for the secret? So as my protein is in the oven and my carb is on the stove, my rice, I love to use frozen vegetable. You want to know a secret about frozen vegetable? You still have all the components of fresh vegetable, but the biggest difference is it lasts way longer. I'm so sick and tired of buying all these fresh vegetables and I don't eat them fast enough and then they go bad and I throw them away. So I love frozen vegetables. Don't make nobody make you feel bad about the frozen vegetables. Plus them always the on sale. I just had to let y'all know. So as those are in, put these in the microwave and then my vegetables done. So I got some free time, downtime, because my protein is in the oven, my rice is on the stove, my frozen veggies in the microwave. So y'all, I really hope this is useful to you all because honestly, this is what I do in the kitchen every day. This is how I do it. This is what works for me. At the end of the day, do whatever works for you. Trial and error is what it boils down to. I've been meal prepping since I was in college. I've been meal prepping for about 2.5 years now. and very consistently in the past year and a half. So I've figured out what works for me, what I like, what foods I love to eat. Do your research, y'all. If you're here watching me this long, you might as well go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Share with your friend them. Please comment below how you meal prep. Like if you meal prep, if you have any meal prep ideas or suggestions, you know, anything of that sort, comment below. I want to hear. If you'd like to see me prep certain things, let me know. But listen, me eat the same things every week in rotation, because if it's not broken, don't fix it. And I love what I eat. So yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for coming in with me in this lovely, lovely Sunday afternoon. I call it meal prep Sundays. I love to prep on a Sunday to start the week fresh. Ooh. Listen, the food is all done, and I'm not gonna lie, my favorite part about meal prepping is the plating, because it's like seeing a magical work of art comes together. So I always plate my veggies first. Now I am very generous when it comes down to veggies. You can't go wrong with veggies, especially when I'm in my bulk journey. I just load the veggies onto the plates. I'm gonna show you how the veggies look right now. Love to see a colorful plate. That's the veggies. And yo, you already know it was my frozen veggies. To the veggie, I like to put my carb. I like to put my rice next. So time to put my rice. I use my little measuring cup, and I do 1/2 to 1 cup each of rice. Time to put the rice. I do scoop. I'm gonna start with 1/2 cup, and then I grab my meal prep container, and then I do whoop. Presentation is key for yourself, so you feel happy. So I try to do it as neat as possible. I like seeing a pretty plate. Boop, 1/2 cup there. Listen, and how much you put in your meal prep container is based on your goals, all right? Whether you want to lose, whether you want to maintain, or whether you want to gain, okay? I'm trying to gain, so. And based on your body type, your activity level, you have to figure that out on your own. Certain apps like MyFitnessPal and stuff may help. Boom. So rice is in the container, and then whatever is left over in the pot, after I do my 1/2 cup, I just disperse it among all my other containers. No rice left behind. None at all. So let me show you how it looks with just the rice and the veggies right now. This is my favorite part, y'all. And last but not least, I do 2 drums per plate. I don't know what the serving size of a drumstick is. Maybe I'll look it up and put it in here. But I do 2 because I'm a growing child. LOL. I do 2 per plate. Voila. Let me show you what it's looking like now that my meal prep is done. And that's it, y'all. Meal prepping, cooking it up with me, Shadz. Listen, the goal is to keep it easy, to keep it simple, to make things that you like. Meal prepping doesn't have to be boring. Eating healthy doesn't have to be boring. Find stuff that you love to eat, and then meal prepping will be fun. I really hope that you enjoyed this video with me. Comment if you have any ideas that you want me to meal prep again, and if you make anything in particular you'd love to share for everyone, for the greater good of the group, you can comment below. But this is gonna wrap this up because your girl is hungry. And until next time, me gonna miss you. Me gonna miss you, you know. But bye.